The AFTV Nigeria tour is brought to you by Klasha, the app that allows African consumers to access the goods and services they want internationally without friction. Click the link in the description to download the app and stand a chance to win $1,000 straight to your Klasha wallet to get you started on your shopping adventure.
Welcome back to AFTV, guys. Arsenal have won 2-1 at West Ham at the London Stadium. I asked you this off camera and you said, ask me on and we'll see what you say. If someone had told you, we just lost to Southampton, you're coming out the ground, or you weren't there, but you're coming out the studio, whatever, and someone comes up to you and says, we're going to win our next three, you'd probably leave me alone, get away, stop taking the piss, all that. And Arsenal have done it. I mean, you just can't predict this sport.
100%. I mean, if someone came up to me after those 3 losses and said, yeah, we're going to win the next 3, I would have definitely looked at them and said, you're part of the problem. Like, you're not seeing what this club is actually doing. They failed to take advantage in January, and that's led to this problem of Tierney and Partey being injured and not having the adequate reinforcements. You know, I would have said, stop, take the blindfold off, open your eyes. But look, 3 games later, 9 points. Man United, Chelsea, West Ham. It's mad. And today's one for me, especially off the back of the Tottenham 3 points, was a big one because the pressure was back on us, well and truly back on us after that Tottenham win. And we know Tottenham play Liverpool away next. So 3 points today was massive. It was massive. 3 points against Leeds is massive too. Every game from now until the end of the season, there's 4 to go. They're all massive. But the best possible way to go into that North London derby would have been to beat West Ham, beat Leeds, and then go in hoping for the best in that Liverpool-Tottenham game. And I think, if you ask me, am I confident about top 4 now? All of a sudden I am. I did say to, I think, Cecil about a week ago, I said, listen, ask me after the West Ham game, because I'm going to assess it then, look at Tottenham then. And I'm confident again. But that's how it's been. This last 5-6 weeks in particular, it's been mad. You can't really predict whether, you know, United are going to slip up, Tottenham are going to slip up, Arsenal are going to slip up. It's just been a roller coaster. Thankfully, we are at the top of the pack again, because going into the last 4 games, this is where I'd like to be. Going into the last game before the North London derby, this is where I'd like to be. Going into Tottenham versus Liverpool, this is where I'd like to be. So credit to Arteta, credit to the boys, well done.
North London derby's looking massive. But look, let's touch on this performance a little bit more and talk about some individual performances, because I think we can all agree the first half wasn't great, though we went in a half-time 1-1. And the second half maybe was a little bit more disciplined, but I thought rather than it being a collective effort that, listen, I enjoyed in terms of commitment and effort and the grit they showed, there were, I thought, a few standout performers that were almost above the level of the general team today.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. That first half, yeah. I mean, when we went a goal up, I just wanted to see out that first half. I thought the equaliser for West Ham could have done some damage mentally for us in the second half, but thankfully it didn't. Did you just use the word mature in the second half?
I don't think I did.
Well, yeah, it was a mature performance in the second half, because we all said it. Lee said it before the stream. I said it. Sharoi. It's not really about the performances now. It's about the points, you know. Whoever finishes top 4 in the next 4 games deserves 4th position, because throughout the season you can't really pick out a team and say they deserve Champions League football, because I don't think any of us are really ready for it yet, but someone has to get it. And we're primed for that place now. In that second half, we just had to get the job done. West Ham away, it's not an easy tie. And Moyes was making changes that showed he isn't taking this lightly. He isn't throwing away the league for the Europa League. He brought on Souček, he brought on Antonio, he started Rice, he started Bowen. So, you know, we saw all of West Ham's quality throughout the game, and we got it done. In terms of standout performances, first and foremost, I pick out Holden, because it was a shock that he was in the side. Probably my man of the match, but it's an argument with him and Xhaka, I guess, because Xhaka was solid once again. El Nene was actually solid once again.
Word on Nketiah?
Eddie, second half in particular, he relieved some of the pressure on our defence. You know, his hold-up play was good. He was chasing down lost causes. That one run in particular where El Nene played, that ball was something out of Zidane's book, you know. But he played it round. Eddie made the run. He cut it inside, and he was unlucky. But throughout that second half, he's showing that he deserves this running. Yeah, he does. He deserves this running. And off the back of that interview, this is what I want. I want him to go out with a bang at this club. Yeah. You know, I don't think, you know, he's going to get a new contract. So go out with a bang. You know, you love Arsenal, and the best way to go out at a club would be to propel us back into the top 4, and potentially we look back in 3 years and say, that end of the season there was a turning point, and then we'll look back at his time and forget about all the history of it, but we'll remember this little moment.
No, absolutely. Lots of players stepping up, and you touch on Eddie. Obviously, that's because Lacazette was out the side, and we know Partey and Tierney have been out. Tomiyasu, I think, got 17 minutes under his belt, maybe a little bit more today. Do we need to? Maybe it's premature, but do we need to give a little bit more credit to Mikel Arteta, because here we are after 3 defeats on the bounce, some key players missing. That's the kind of situation I've seen Arsenal teams in the past wilt under. And here he is, he's found a solution. He's brought El Neni back. He's, rejigged a couple things. And we're finding a way to get results. Having, we do Forever Arsenal with Lee, who's in the building. And Lee was saying before Chelsea, I'm kind of sick of just a good performance, but we lost. Or, we did all right and got a point. When are we going to win these games? And here's 3 on the bounce. I know West Ham aren't traditional Big Six, but they've been a very, very tricky opponent for the Big Six over the last couple of years. A word on Arteta, maybe.
Listen, I've tried to be very balanced with Arteta throughout his time. I don't know why there's this fascination with, are you Arteta in or are you Arteta out? I'm so tired of ins and outs, whether it's Arteta, whether it's Wenger, Emery, and whether it's the next manager to come along, that I'm not trying to be on any bandwagon. I critique when I feel like critique is needed, and I give praise when I feel like praise is needed. And I've given Arteta credit, and I've looked at things, thinking that he hasn't, achieved the best for what he's been given. But this season, when you look at it overall, he's part of putting us in this battle for top 4, where I didn't believe we would be even in the battle for top 6. So you get credit there. And in terms of him as a manager, he's still learning. Yeah. And he has shown that he's learning well, I guess. But at the same time, for us Arsenal fans, what's difficult is that we've gone through so many years of decline and so many years where the connection has been it's not there. There's been no connection. That I feel like having a manager that requires learning is a bit is very frustrating. That's not on him, that's on the people above him. But the people above him, so far, I guess, when you look at what he had when he came in, the last 2 seasons, and what we've produced so far this season, and we haven't produced an awful lot, but we've produced some development in key areas. We've produced a good foundation and a good base. If we can go over the line with a top 4 in Champions League football next year, it's not because I want to be in Champions League. It's because I want the money that comes with Champions League in order for us to really kick on and one day be able to challenge for the Champions League. So he deserves some credit, for sure. But there's 4 games to go. Yeah, let's just see how he maneuvers himself through those 4 games. It's a tough one to predict, but like I said, I'm confident now.
All I'll say is I'm glad there's a good week between these games, because the more I watch these, the more I realise I actually hate the sport. I don't enjoy it at all. I might enjoy it after, but honestly, it is stress. I was going to ask if you think you'd do it, but you said you're feeling a lot more confident, so we'll leave it there. Thanks, Turkish.
No worries.